We'll stay on these visuals for now. These are the latest visuals coming to you from Poland's capital, Warsaw, where India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi can be seen interacting with the Indian community who have gathered at his hotel to welcome and to meet and greet him. Joining me now is my colleague Vishal Barristo, who is joining us from Warsaw on the phone line. Vishal, we're getting these latest visuals of the Indian diaspora welcoming, meeting and greeting the Prime Minister on his arrival at his hotel in Poland's capital. A rousing welcome by the Indian diaspora, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. It was a meet, greet and treat. That is the mantra of the day, and they've been waiting here for a long time, and most of them, they are here with their children, some grown up and some toddlers also. The mothers are carrying their babies, and they were so very excited to somehow catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister. They were shouting, they were singing songs from the Indian cinema. And also, they were shouting slogans, hailing their motherland, Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and Modi Hai To Mumkin Hai, which means Modi is the Prime Minister of the country, everything is possible. And that was quite a proud moment for this 25,000 strong diaspora section of which was here at the hotel. And they were also very happy they were given trying to get the handshake, to have a handshake with the Prime Minister, to have a hand touch with the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister was, kind enough to allow the people to come to him, to greet him. And thereafter, the Prime Minister was also given a performance of the Garba dance. And people from Gujarat, along with their Polish friends, the three ladies were Polish, they performed before the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister was so very happy, and he was clapping after the performance. And he also took a photograph, a group photo with the performers. So indeed, it was a very, very proud moment for them, and also a moment to relish with forever, because they have been waiting for this long, more than 4 decades, for the Prime Minister to come, and what a moment it was.
What a moment it was indeed. The wait is finally over. The Indian Prime Minister is in Poland in what is the first ever visit by an Indian Premier to that country in more than 45 years, as my colleague Vishal Barristo is reporting from Warsaw. Vishal, as you rightly say, now this has become a trademark of sorts for the Indian Premier. Every time he travels abroad, he makes it a point to reach out to the Indian diaspora, interact with them, meet them, talk to them, and project India's rich cultural traditions as well. So looking ahead to his visit, Vishal, what is his itinerary look like?
The itinerary is very, very packed as far as the Prime Minister is concerned, because he would be first going to the Jamnagar Memorial, and then to the Kolhapur Memorial. These two memorials remind us of the Second World War and the way in which the two principalities of Jamnagar in Gujarat and Kolhapur, Valivate in Maharashtra, they came out and showed their large-heartedness to help the Polish people who were looking for refuge all over the world, and they were given refuge. 5,000 refugees, Polish refugees, took shelter at these two camps. So the Prime Minister would be the first Indian Prime Minister to offer his respects at these two memorials. Let me tell you that the Jamnagar Memorial is very, very interesting because there are 4 schools that are run by the former Maharaja of Jamnagar, and in his memory they are running 4 schools. And
apologies, we'll try to fix that audio line with Prasar Bharati in Warsaw in just a bit. But for the benefit of viewers joining us right now, we are getting you the latest visuals of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's ongoing visit to Poland, the first by an Indian premier to that country in 45 years. He landed in Warsaw a short while ago. He has reached his hotel since, where he was greeted by the Polish citizens as well as a sizable number of Indian diaspora as well. You can see the Polish and Indian people greeting him, welcoming him with a traditional Indian Garba dance, which is played out in western part of India. We can see men and women, both of Indian origin as well as Polish people joining in that dance, especially to welcome the Indian Prime Minister upon his arrival in Warsaw. As my colleague was pointing out there in his report, this has become a trademark of sorts. Every time the Prime Minister travels abroad, he makes it a point to reach out to as many people in the Indian diaspora as he can, be it at his hotel or outside at an outside venue in the city, wherever he travels, to project and to harness India's soft power and India's rich cultural traditions and heritage as well. And what we are seeing now on your screens is a classic example of just that. The Prime Minister meeting and greeting the locals, including Polish citizens and people of Indian origin who had gathered at his hotel to welcome him.